While you may have heard otherwise, the answer under international law is no. This is not Philippine territory. This is still territory located in a host country. In this particular case, in the United States of America, their criminal laws apply, their civil laws apply. You cannot escape that. What the principle of extraterritoriality essentially means is that the premises of a diplomatic or a consular mission are inviolable.
And that's why it really surprised me that in spite of the fact that we had a dialogue, and it was very clear in the dialogue that people want to continue the mass here.
Interested with the canon law, with the application of the canon law. I think he's interested with the money, with the collection. So in order to deprive him of that, money that he wanted, we could celebrate, for instance, the Mass at the Church of St. Malachis, which is not very far from here, and have the reception at the Philippine Center.
Mass in the Philippine Center. We should have a suggestion, because we lack material time.
Yes.
I mean, that's what I said. So, I mean, he was kind enough to convey it to appropriate authorities in the archdiocese, and I think that's why there was an offer. But anyway, you meant.
And there is a problem with using the lady, chapel of the lady. Okay, because when we are having the mass, the simbang gabi, and there is another mass in the main altar, and we are singing loudly, that will be a problem.
Don't you see that there are masses held and shown on television every Sunday or every religious day, religious holiday? What is that? I mean, it's for somebody who is homebound or who wants to hear Mass in his own home.
Can ask for consideration probably at this time because we had zero time. We were confronted. We had sent invitations for all our own preparations,
Pros and cons. But the bottom line is really the time frame. We have a week, so we need to vote whether or not we need to celebrate a service here or just a mass at the St. Patrick's. That's it. That I don't think we need to resolve any issues for now because we have less than a week or so.
We get a renegade Catholic priest to celebrate the Mass, who is not under the jurisdiction of the Archdiocese of
Fordham has a lot of those.
Because we could bypass that
Fordham has
jurisdiction
a lot of
probably.
those. The suggestion of the Archbishop is the Philippine
That's
government
just the
willing
temporary
to...
solution for now. Next year, we might even be able to do the massive.
Is the consulate willing to
Yeah, I think I'm more, personally, I'm more attracted to having a longer term solution here.
We have.
Yeah, I think we should look at that. On the short term, that's what we're discussing right now because of lack of material time, right?
So the two, we were trying to consider if these two fail, we can consider one big night to have a pamaskong handog sa konsulado, Pasko sa konsulado, or just to celebrate the spirit of our tradition.
Availability and time constraints, we need to hold the different churches. The second is not a mass, but the liturgy of the word according to this Ido here, is the correct term. With Salo-Salo of the Philippine Center. And the third is a 9-day event with the sponsoring organization determining if it will be a liturgy of the word or a mass for that particular evening. I just want to take note that I just want everyone to note that for each night there's more than one. There are multiple organizations.
Yes.
One vote per night.
One vote per night.
So wala na talaga, hindi na talaga dito.
Okay? Day 1, the Coalition of Philippine Alumni Association and the UNSRC, Philippine Cultural Society.
Overall, I think the meeting was very productive. A lot of people from the community actually came, and there was a lot of points that were raised. Everyone voiced their opinions, and what was good about
about this is that the consulate actually managed to structure the meeting so that the comments were heard. At the same time, we came up with options, and then we voted on those options. And whatever was the consensus of the majority, everyone agreed on it, and that we're going to be implementing it for our simbang gabi this year.
Do you think it's fair that the simbang gabi be transferred to other churches or be stopped completely?
Overall, I think it's fair because overall I still think that the Archdiocese have a say on what happens within the geographical area that it is in charge of. So and whatever they say, I think we still have to follow, but at the same time, given the very short timeline, I think it was still a good idea that we had this dialogue so that we can plan for the short term. And then if we do, as a community, not agree what the Archdiocese says, then we can plan or request for a change in decision from the Archdiocese. But again, that's a longer term planning and discussion. Yeah.
Thank you. Hi, Vivian. What are your thoughts about this controversy?
Well, the thoughts about this is that we all came together as one. I mean, there might have been some questions, but at the end, I really commend the Consul General for being so diplomatic, and Deputy Consul General De Vega also, and they did the right thing. They listened to each and every one, and then they decided what is best for the people. And we want the tradition to continue. It's been 26 years, and we just want to continue it one way or another, whether there is a whole mass or just part of the liturgy. So at the end, I think everything was settled. There's still something coming, hopefully, from the Archdiocese. I hope he understands what the sentiments of the Filipino people are. This is really a tradition, a culture that we want to preserve. So that's what we heard tonight.
Okay. What can you say to the person who snitched this on Archbishop Dolan, the one who maybe gave the wrong information to?
Well, I think God will be his. How do I call this? Judge him. God will judge him for whatever. I cannot say anything against whoever that person is that you're referring to. But honestly, the other day I went to the Blessed Sacrament. I prayed for whoever that person is, and I prayed for guidance for him. And we just want to be united as a Filipino. It's been going on for 26 years. Never has been an incident that we didn't have the simbang gabi here. So that's all we want, is for the tradition to continue, It's being here at the consulate, at the Philippine Center, not the consulate, is being in the Philippines, especially this time of the year. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
What have you decided in this meeting?
Well, the community collectively decided, we reached a consensus that the first step is we will make the position of the community, the coalition, the sponsoring organizations known to His Excellency Archbishop Timothy Dolan to explain the history of the simbang gabi tradition as it is celebrated here in New York, the importance of it to the Filipino-American community here in the Northeast, how it's really at the heart of the Christmas celebration of faith and culture of the Filipinos. So that the community feels that it's important that we communicate this to the Archdiocese. So we will assist them in that regard. The Consul General is committed to conveying that, to helping in conveying that message to the good Archbishop. And the second is that the organizations themselves came up with options as to how we as a community can continue to celebrate the season of Advent, the season of Christmas. And majority have said that, if there is some difficulty or some reservation about holding a full mass here at the consulate, and perhaps something religious which captures that same spirit. Perhaps a liturgy of the word service can still be held with the traditional salo-salo, which we do every December during the Novena Masses.
Okay, so what are you going to do if you get a negative response from Archbishop Dolan?
Then the community has already decided on, majority of the community organizations involved have already decided on an option for that, which is to hold a religious service, not a mass, but a liturgy of the word, and to also have a fellowship afterwards, which is part really of our celebration and commemoration of the coming of Christ.
Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.